20-something years ago, those cold nights in December and the sound of the fall.
Hey guys, Kim here from Kim on a Whim, and let me just start out by saying I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season, a very happy new year, and here's to a happy and healthy 2023. This is my first video for 2023, and it happens to be a collaboration, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to have a playlist linked in the description box below. A bunch of wonderful people on here that you will get a lot of motivation from. This collaboration is hosted by Melissa, but we also have a lot of other girls that are on here doing all kinds of motivation to getting your house reset. Maybe you want a relaxing reset vibe. Maybe you want something a little more fast-paced. I am sure if you look through these videos, you will find something that is just right for you. We are going to start with getting my dishes done, because like I always say, I always have dishes to do in this house. But I think I'm going to work on some projects later on in the year here. Well, not later on, but because the year just started, right? But my goal this year is to get a dishwasher in this kitchen, because I am just sick of doing dishes. But that's what we're going to do now, because that's where I tend to always start with my dishes, because that's like the one thing when my sink is cleared out and my dishes are all done, I feel like I can just keep the ball rolling. So let's start with some dishes.
Jeans and a dusty shirt. We didn't have a dime. No, you and me were poor and stirred. All we had was time. I'd pack my bags right now. If I could play back, rewind, I wouldn't think twice. A pair of jeans and a dusty shirt. We didn't have a dime. No, you and me were poor and stirred, and all we had was time. When you and me were poor and stirred, and all we had was time.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place.
So now that I got the dishes all done, now I'm just going to work on the sink here. I get a lot of kind of scuff marks in my sink from my aluminum pans especially, and then my cast iron skillet. And I find the only thing that takes care of them is this Barkeeper's Friend cleanser. I haven't tried like their soft cleanser yet. I'm finding the powder cleanser works the best in here. It also works really good if you have any kind of little rust spots or anything. I use it a lot in my tub because the bottom of our bathtub has a spot where it just collects water. I guess it's not properly tilted to drain completely, but this stuff, I'd have to say, I've tried the Scrub Daddy paste and the Bonami, but so far the only thing that really gets any of these little scuffs or the rust or anything like that is the Barkeeper's Friend powder cleanser. I'm loving this stuff. This is one of my go-tos. I keep buying it over and over again, and that's kind of how I know if a product I'm liking it that works for me. If it's something that I'll buy over and over again, I'm liking the results of it. So definitely this is one, and this is how nice and shiny it does get the sink. I will say on certain things like my faucet, I don't use it because it tends to leave like a little bit of a drier paste, but as far as this is a porcelain sink, it works wonders in that sink. So now that I got dishes done, I feel like I can kind of keep on a roll here. I'm going to just start getting all of my Christmas decorations out of the way. I did have a natural centerpiece, It was filled with like a couple flowers, a nice little candle. It was sent to me by my aunt. She always sends flowers to me. She always remembers like birthdays, the kids' birthdays, all of that kind of stuff. It's one of those relationships where she's not really my aunt, but I've known her for so long that I just call her my aunt. But she's always so sweet to me, and she sent me that arrangement, and I felt so bad throwing it away, but it was time to go. It was kind of getting all over the place. And then I also got a natural wreath this year, which I don't tend to do the live stuff for the Christmas time, only because it does tend to get stuff all over the place. Not like my 20-year-old tree that you'll see a little bit further down the line here. Doesn't get needles all over the place, but yeah, I don't know that I would necessarily do a real wreath again. And I had to keep it on the inside of the house because on the outside between the glass screen door and our black front door, it gets way too hot. And anything that I put there just kind of crumbles. I had a fake boxwood wreath there that completely fell apart. And it was just because of the heat from the black door and the sun just beating in on it.
He brings me flowers on a Tuesday. He gives me good loving, something that I never thought existed. I know what I need, ain't gonna lie. I know what I want, speaking my mind now. The queen needs a king to be by her side. On my mind's loving's on my mind. He can do me better, he can do me better. On my mind's everything I like. He can do me better, he can do me better than you. Can love me better than you do, yeah. You can love me better than you. You only call me on the weekends when you're out and about. Tell me, do you really need me? I'm painting pictures and I'm dreaming about that good love.
Okay, so Christmas Village is back in the box, and I try keeping the box for everything just to make it easier to put everything away. Like, I realized when I was putting all of that stuff away that I was missing one of the houses to that set. And then I remembered that Mia took a house and she put it in her room with one of the Christmas trees that we have. So that way, if you can keep the box, if you have the room for it, one, I think it does, like, especially something like that, it does just tend to keep it a little more safe from breakage, because we put all of our stuff up in the attic. And I know that if it's not properly wrapped up, or it can tend to get a little bit of damage. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was saying in my last video how we're all so dry in the house because of the heat just constantly running. Although I think today we're supposed to get in like the 60s, which baffles my mind because Christmas weekend we were like single digits overnight, and I think the highest we got to was like 13 or 15 degrees, and then today we're at like 65 degrees. Makes no sense to me. We're all going to wind up being sick. I know that the weather doesn't really make you sick, but it's like one of those old wives' tales, right? Wives' tales. You get sick from the fluctuating temperatures. I don't know. Maybe there is truth to it. I'll have to ask Nurse Mia when she comes home.
Kinda new with apologies. Holding back, I got history.
I was going to try and reach this stuff without busting out the ladder, but that's not happening. I'm too short for that, so the ladder has to come out.
Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright. Never cut it bite, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better off with you. Like I'm better off with you.
Okay, so the last thing coming down in the kitchen are these lights. I'm just going to kind of wrap them up. Everything right now is just going to get put on the kitchen table. And then I'm moving into the living room so that I can get the nutcrackers down and put them into a box. I tend to find that they work best in like one of these tall boxes that I have. They don't quite fit in the bins that I use, so this was the next best option. I could go out and probably get like a larger bin, but I am kind of limited in my space in the attic, so I try to keep stuff as compact as possible when it's up there, because I do have a lot of Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations especially, because those are really the only two holidays that I'll decorate for. But I am at some point going to go through the attic. I'm actually dreading it just thinking about it right now. So you know what? We're not going to think about that right now. We're going to just push forward on the small tasks that I want to get done, which I'm going to show you. There'll be a little sneak peek at the end of the video of what I am working on next, because I'm trying not to get overwhelmed and like freak myself out by the projects that I want to do. So this year, I'm going to try and take everything in smaller steps so that I can get it done.
I don't know why.
Now I'm going to move to the other side of the room, and since I don't have a fireplace or a mantle where I can put our stockings and put some garland and stuff, I've decided to use the TV stand, which, let me just tell you, it's a battle every year. My husband hates that I put stuff on the TV stand. Like, that's his one thing. Not near the TV. That's kind of a quote that is always in our house, not near the TV. The kids have been growing up with that being said to them probably multiple times a day, I would say, at some point. So imagine my husband's horror when like playing Wii U and you're flicking the remote towards the television, which, yeah, we did have an incident with our last TV regarding a remote and a loose battery that kind of got chucked at the television. And let's just say that this is a newer TV. We'll put that out there. But my husband, he will go along with it as far as the garland, and I had twinkle lights up there. I do that as one of the last things that I decorate because I know it just irritates him a little bit. I know it sounds so silly, right? But he's like, it distracts from my movies. And then I caught him the one day just because I had the garland kind of puffed up a little bit, and I guess it was puffed up a little too high. So I caught him over there the one day, just like pushing it all down so he could watch his movie and not be distracted. It's kind of funny. You gotta laugh about it because it is silly, but yeah, it's a battle every Christmas time.
Had to live and cry to appreciate life, and what you give is worth it. When you're holding me, when you hold me so close, I want further in under your skin. Wanna leave a mark so that I can be sure that you remember what's been. I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface. Now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher.
Okay, so we got everything cleared out of the living room. Just going to go back onto the kitchen table here and box up anything I have boxes for. And when I don't have boxes for, I'll either put in bubble wrap that I may have laying around, or a lot of times I'll just use old newspaper that I have around just to kind of try and protect any of the glass and the porcelain kind of stuff. I will say the only thing that will stay up past this video would be my Christmas tree. I usually keep my Christmas tree up until January 6th, and it's one of those little traditions that my grandmother used to do all the time. It's the Little Christmas, which is an Irish tradition, but now that I think back to it, or now that I'm doing this on my own, I think she was just tired after the holidays and just left it up for as long as she could and just called it a tradition maybe. I don't know, but here's what we're left with. This is a lot of stuff that's got to be lugged upstairs, and thankfully Nick helped me out big time this year of getting this stuff upstairs. And you'll see, just a second, it'll be completely gone. And I do have a few things that I still have to take upstairs, and then stuff that I just have to get put back where it belongs in the house. Like my clock needs to go in the kitchen. It's weird not having the clock there. It's a constant looking up at that for the time. It's funny how you don't realize how you get so used to something being there.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen to the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down.
Few things that I grabbed up at Dollar General. I'm loving this monthly bill organizer. I'm finding it helps me a lot with my paperwork. That was like $3.50, I think, at Dollar General. And then I also bought myself a calendar. This is just for my stuff, for my YouTube stuff, because I have another calendar that has everybody's stuff on it. So I'm going to use that just for my stuff. And then I grabbed this because I have a lot of manuals and stuff for our appliances and like our heater and stuff like that, our air conditioner. So I think I'm going to try and get everything filed in here. I think that'll work. Games, I got to put those away. Just kind of have to clear off the table. I just have a few things that I have to put where they belong. I do want to do something with this. It used to be a whole china cabinet. We just kept the bottom part. We did an IKEA run, but they didn't have much stuff. I did grab this, just a mini ironing board. Our IKEA was out of a lot of things. We got the clock up, so we're good there. So I think once I get everything just cleared off and cleaned off, still stuff I have to put upstairs that I forgot about for Christmas, but we'll get to that. That's for another day, because I'm sure I'll still find stuff around the house that I need to put away. But then I'm also going to clean up the kitchen floor. I spy somebody's shoes under the table there, so we'll pick those up, anything that's under the table, and then we'll do the wet dry vac.
But when we're floating up like helium.
Okay, so surfaces are all clean, table is cleaned off. There was a lot of glitter on the table again. I mentioned in a couple videos prior to that those houses for that little village leaves glitter all over the place. I'm going to use my Tinico 2 that I picked up at Walmart. I picked this up in the summer of last year, and I think I got it for around $1.19, and it's a little bit of a splurge. But for me, it's the convenience of getting my vacuuming and the mopping done on the kitchen floor all at the same time. Because I would get to a point where I got it vacuumed, but then never got to mopping it. And I really wanted to mop my floors a little more than I was. I will say this doesn't completely replace like getting in there with the spin mop and getting all of the corners underneath of the cabinets and under the stove, and you know, I can pull the bin out there on the stove and mop underneath. But as far as convenience, yeah, it's pretty convenient, and I'd have to say I do like this a lot, especially when, you know, it's crunch time, you got people coming over, you want to get your floors mopped and vacuumed really quick. The fact that it does it all at the same time is pretty cool. Not sponsored, just really liking this product. But yeah, so we're gonna get that. Well, no, actually we are done. We're going to move into the living room a little bit because this is wood floor, so I don't really use it that much. But for today, we stand at this spot a lot, so I just wanted to do a quick mop vac of that. But then I am going to come in with just my regular vacuum and do a quick vac of the floor.
Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. We got this. We got this.
Now with the hallway finally cleared out, I can get these towels put into the linen closet. They've been sitting on the back of the sofa for like 2 days now.
I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired?
Alright guys, so there you have it. Everything's pretty much put away now. I showed you the haul. The one thing I am keeping up are, well, the tree and the cranberries and oranges. I figure those are a winter thing. And then the tree, I'm gonna get you guys dizzy. This is actually, I like to keep the tree up until January 6th. So I will be taking it down soon. But this is my time to enjoy the tree. You know, with all the craziness with the holidays and the new year and the hustle and bustle and getting everything done and cooking and company and running and all of that, you kind of don't get to enjoy it, honestly. Like, it kind of blurs by you. So this is my time to just sit back and enjoy this. So that's what I'm gonna do. However, I am gonna show you, come with me. I hate these pillows, they always fall down. The next project. So kitchen is all put away. We've been doing a lot of game nights, so that's why there's that extra chair there, because it's comfy. I gotta clean that. That's the one thing I don't like about this thing, is you have to always clean it, but that's okay. It's convenient. Here's what I'm working on next. Oh yeah, it's the junk drawer. Actually, it's the junk kitchen. It's what it feels like. Tons of stuff in there. Yeah, I can't even close it anymore. Then we're gonna move up to here. We're gonna start working on that. Let me scoot over. We are going to revisit this because it's been a lot better. It's kind of chaotic in there right now, so we got to work on that. I wish I could do something about all of my flowers here, but that seems to be the best place for them. I did just go through here. Still has quite a few snacks, but I just went through here today because it's trash day. However, this, oh, sorry. We got to go through that. There's a lot of cups up here we don't use. There's some glasses there we don't use. So we're gonna go through that. And then this is a hot mess. I have plans for this, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you'll see what the plans are for this. I'll give you a little hint. Silverware here, because, oh, sorry to spin you again. I want a dishwasher, and this drawer is beat. So I'm gonna put the silverware over that drawer where the dishes and stuff are, pots and pans somewhere else, and do a dishwasher. But there you have it, kind of a reset for the new year. Everything so far is good. Like I said, I want to do something with that. It's okay. I do need to go through it. There is probably a bunch of stuff in there. Let's take a peek. I'm looking here. Oh yeah, that's a mess. Yeah, so we got to go through that. This is my stuff that needs to go, this needs to go upstairs. Oh, I was cleaning the tub. Got my little thing back there. So we're good there. Everything is, for the most part, hold up, quiet time. And then we gotta work in here. Ooh, no. Not showing you that yet because that's pretty bad. But there you have it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.